So Humpy Wheeler has a new challenge for May's All-Star race at Lowe's Motor Speedway. A burnout challenge. And that's what these guys like to do. Win races and do burnouts. Haven't seen a lot of burnouts this year though. Kyle Busch is about the best I've seen. Kevin Harvick does a really good job, and hey, Dale Earnhardt Jr. does a good burnout too, and it's about time he won something. I think that Clint Bowyer might be a pick. He tried it the other day. Had a little problem with some of his trick and fancy moves. Might want to stick to the basics for a while. But then maybe Humpy ought to bring in John Force, or maybe even Ashley Force, to show these guys what a real burnout is. Of course, I don't think those people want to do too many 360s in their funny cars. Or maybe, why not give Danica Patrick a shot? Those big tires on those Indy cars, I bet you she could do a 360 and smoke the tires. Besides, somebody's got to do something with her to promote her. In NASCAR, at least. Everybody seems a little scared of her. Just a little girl. Come on, guys. Let's get tough out there. See what she can do. In an Indy car at Charlotte. So, Clint, explain just how this All-Star Challenge burnout is supposed to go.
You're going to trip the trigger right here. The time starts. You'll start here doing a burnout. You'll go to about the start-finish line. You have to complete 2 donuts and then go inside the box, in the stop box, without hitting the cones. I guess if you hit the cones, it's going to be a 5-second penalty. So that's basically it. You'll start right here, 2 burnouts, into the stop box, you trip the last trigger, and your time will be up on the scoreboard there. So, you know, it sounds fairly elementary, but I've done screwed it up once, so...
and an automatic disqualification if you go in the grass.
Yeah.
No divots allowed.
Yeah, we don't want to tear up Humpy's grass in there. He's got it looking like a golf course, so hopefully we can do that after we win the $1 million later on.
That's all right then.
So, can you soak your tires? Can you use trick gasoline? Can you? How would not that you would cheat, but I mean, how would somebody cheat to try to get an advantage in this particular thing?
You know, I got to go home and do my homework on that. Being a race car driver, you always want to get the edge on everybody. But like I said, coming here and getting a trial run, that's certainly ahead of the game. But you know, that's what's neat about it. I mean, I think we're all going to be in pretty much the same car and go for broke and put on a show for the fans. I mean, that's what it's all about, is just giving our fans, you know, extra incentive to come out here and watch us put on a show for the All-Star race.
Is there a way to measure the volume of smoke these guys put up? I mean, would that be one way of trying? I mean, I know there's a lot of smoke when you do a burnout. I mean, can you measure that? Or?
We got to have a big fan down here so we can blow the smoke out. We don't want to smoke everybody out because these guys are going to put some stuff up. We don't want to create a cloud because we don't want any rain that night.
And this is a neat event. Like I say, the NBA has their slam dunk competition. Major League Baseball has their, you know, home run derby, and we've never really had anything to just have fun with, you know, and have fans come out for it. So I think this hopefully will be something that sticks and we can build on for the future. And you know, who knows where it'll go from here.
We got the burnout for victories. We have the snow angel, I guess, that Kurt Busch does for victories. We have the Polish victory lap. We have Carl Edwards, of course, doing backflips. What do you do when you win a race?
Humpy said I had to spell my name out, but I have a tough enough time doing donuts, man. I tell you, you know, just pulling into victory lane, that's what it's all about for me. But you know, who knows? Who
does the best burnout? Just a good, pure burnout.
Well, you know, it's something it's obviously changed over the years. Kyle Busch he's kind of, you know, he's been doing donuts and then he comes out of the smoke, beanpole standing up on the car. But then Harvick, you know, he's like John Force's nephew or something. He goes down the track doing burnouts. So everybody kind of has their unique style. But you know, Carl does backflips. I guess his car won't spin the tires.
I guess Harvick's got the Pennzoil Shell sponsorship. They figured.
Hopefully there's no inside deal there going on. You know, his more motor or something. Put Clorox on the tires or something. But you know, I'm an old drag racer from back in the day. But Clorox, maybe I can talk him into doing some Clorox. I'd get more smoke.
Toluene used to work pretty well, didn't it, or did it?
I don't know. That's way too far back for me. I might be back in your day.
Practicing is not going to be that easy because I don't know if you guys will. If you think people will actually get competitive on this for $10,000.
Well, I think it's fun. Heck yeah! I mean, $10,000 is $10,000, and you know, obviously to go to our charity of choice is is something that it's fun. But you know, it's all about those grandstands right there and doing it in front of those people. I mean, you know, when you're racing and standing up here and you got all these fans watching down on you, you know, you want to put on a show for them.
Do you practice burnouts at all? I mean, or is that just something that everybody knows how to do, so you don't have to practice them?
You know, that's unfortunately for me. I haven't gotten enough practice. I got to get some more practice. So hopefully we can get some races between now and then and be good at it.
Humpy, how is the field of the 5 finalists going to be determined? The 5 guys who are going to be here.
We have a secret panel, and we're going to choose the 5 from that very dark, deep secret panel. We're going to get 5 guys that can really put on a show. That's what we're going to do.
Have you got 5 that have agreed already?
We're working on the 4th right now, and then we'll get the 5th. We don't have any problem getting it because these guys like to have fun, and that's what this is all about. And they love to compete. That's one thing we've got to remember. They like to compete against each other and beat each other. So this will be a chance to win something else.
You talk about style points. I mean, and you've got the particulars, the start, the finish, the timing, and all that. Suppose somebody sets off some flares or does something dramatic like that, like does the burnout, you know, but with
I'm
one
working
foot
on Clint to do a pirouette down the front straightaway on the right rear wheel. I think that would be a new deal. I don't know how he's going to come up with it, but he can figure it out. He's pretty clever. And he's known for his upside down finishes. It would be something to win the Sprint All-Star race coming across the finish line upside down. You know, Davey Allison and Kyle Petty almost did that.
Richard Petty, he might be mad at me for doing that. The other Richard, he wasn't too happy about me doing a Daytona either, so
no.
I don't want 2 Richards mad at me.
The rules are still in the embryonic stage of development here.
Clint, you must have watched All-Star
races. When it comes to the All-Star race, I guess those rules are right up to the last moment of the race, from what I remember the day.
Several minutes before the event, we'll have it finalized.
Past All-Star races, you must have a couple of memories that you've seen over the years before you got into Cup racing.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, you know, they're always entertaining, and that's why, you know, we draw the crowd that we do for that race. But you know, last year when my teammate won it, you know, I think it surprised a lot of people, and that just goes to show anybody can win that race. There's a lot of incentive there, and it forces you to pick up your program and beat the rest.
Looks to me like Richard Childress has the best Chevrolet operation on the tour this season. Is that fair to say?
Well, I hope so. You know, I'm a part of that, and very proud of everybody's effort at RCR and you know, getting us the equipment to go out there and showcase, you know, our talent. But you know, it's due to a lot of hard work and dedication on a lot of people's part that we've come a long ways, and proud of you know, the gap that we've been able to close. But we got a lot of work to do. You know, I don't think anybody's happy with where we're at, and you know, we're definitely pushing forward full speed ahead.
Clint, every team works hard, and every team has good talent and good equipment now. But the Childress organization has really raised its level of performance in the past couple of years. Where specifically do you think the team has made gains and improved?
I think, you know, success always starts at the top, and you know, Richard Childress has definitely always been at the top, and you know, he didn't like being you know, not talked about or in the spotlight. I mean, certainly, you know, Dale always had him in the spotlight, and they worked hard to keep in the spotlight. He had a few bad years, but it seems like everybody in the sport, you know, goes through that, and hopefully you know, those days are behind him, and we can keep him in the spotlight. It's time that we bring another championship back to Richard Childress Racing, and hopefully, you know, one of the 3 of us can get that job done this year.
And that's the report from Charlotte's Lowe's Motor Speedway. Humpy Wheeler's latest extravaganza unveiled. Mike Mulhern for the Winston-Salem Journal and JournalNow.com.